when I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always made you stand out in a crowd. But someone picked you from the bunch. One glance was all it took. But now it's much too late for me to take a second look. Ooh, baby, give me one more chance. Show you that I love you. Won't you please let me back in your heart?
Have you got that out of your system?
I have now.
Excellent. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the This Are Johnny Domino podcast, where myself and my brother Giles
Hello.
listen to songs that we recorded 30 years ago.
Or thereabouts.
And possibly even older. And we listen to them again and reappraise them. And the concept is that we are building a purely theoretical, but not purely theoretical anymore, best of compilation tape.
We are. And in the process of it, we're reinforcing our relationship as brothers and discussing all manner of interesting cultural nonsense.
Hopefully interesting cultural nonsense.
And trying to get people engaged in it as well. So join us in the world of This Are Johnny Domino. Episode 30.
30.
40. It's episode 40. Can't believe it, Steve. So tell us about this episode. What we're doing.
Well, we are building a best of mixtape. We've released one volume of the best of This Are Johnny Domino already. And I was looking at some of the old episodes that we've recorded and the songs that we chose. And I thought maybe some of them deserved a second chance. So on Second Chance Sunday, we're recording on a Sunday morning, afternoon actually, we are listening to some songs that I think probably got a bit of a short shrift and I think deserve to potentially go on volume 2 of the best of This Are Johnny Domino.
Yeah, you think they got a bum deal?
I think so, yeah.
But I have to say, I'm going to confess up at the start, I don't totally agree with this concept, but I'm happy to go along with it, Steve. So we will see. We'll see how it rolls, right?
Yes.
But yeah, if any of the songs that we talk about today are passing our high standards, then we will include them in the second volume of the best of This Are Johnny Domino.
Yes.
Let's see how it rolls. What's the first one you got, Steve?
The first one is from episode 12 of the podcast, which was called Get Off the Road, I've Got Pigs to Feed.
Good title.
Excellent title. And they were either songs that were written about or featured our good friend Dick. And this is a song that we did talk about. I think it was a potential to go on volume 1, but we went for a different track. But I think I'd like to give this one a second go.
Everybody deserves a second chance, don't they, Steve?
They do, don't they? Yes.
I think second chances are important. I
think
if you mess up, right, if you don't come up to standard, just once, I don't think that means you get written off, does it, Steve?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. I feel very passionately about this.
Yeah, but you were down on the concept of doing Second Chance Sunday, so now I don't know where you are.
I don't know.
You're coming around to it, aren't you? You're like a child in the world. Your mind is malleable, isn't it?
It is today.
Okay.
What's this song called?
This song is called Reap the Wind, and it is recorded by Johnny Domino kind of spin-off band Jimmy Dorito, and it features Dick on vocals.
It does. And it's about travelling fast.
It's about travelling fast on the number 15 bus.
And it's got a poem in the middle. bridges, past car parks and shops and shopping centres, through parks, getting on buses, the number 15 Barton through Stapleford and Sandy Acre. I remember. Don't be Mardy. It's not that far. It's not that far. Someone was spraying some deodorant during that song.
I think it was air freshener. I heard that as well.
Yeah.
I think it might have been air freshener because it was probably a room that was filled with stinky boys. It probably needed freshening up a little bit. I also like the preset sound from the Casio CZ3000 synthesizer, the Typhoon sound, which is being used quite liberally on that recording.
It is. I was quite enjoying the unison bass and guitar playing there. Yeah, that's quite nice. I appreciate that when I hear that.
I think that was me.
I know it was you.
I don't know who was playing the air freshener though.
I'm going to say it was me.
I think it probably was you.
Go on then. Why is that worth a second chance?
Because I think it's good fun. I've got very good memories of recording it. I think it's nice to feature other people singing in our stuff. And obviously it's me and Dick doing the vocals back and forth, and then you do the poem. I like the poem a lot. I like the use of the phrase, don't be Mardy. I like the fact it's about the number 15 Barton bus from Ilkeston to Sandy Acre / Old Sawley.
It's to Long Eaton, actually. It doesn't mention the end point of the journey, but it does go through various other small towns on the way to Long Eaton.
And the Barton buses in those days were all pretty crap.
They were.
They were crap. And they got the little stubbers on the back of the seats. So from the days when you could smoke.
Yeah, so you could put your cigarettes out.
Don't think I ever smoked on a bus.
No. Even when it was okay, it was kind of gross. The poem is, as we've said, like it's about that journey. I mean, it's got the old Johnny Domino irony all over it, this song, because the song is about reaping the wind, going really, really fast.
Yes.
You know, flying through the air, reaping the wind.
Yes.
And the journey was, well, it wasn't that long actually, but I was thinking about it earlier. It's about 7 miles from Ilkeston to Long Eaton.
Seems longer on that bus.
Yeah, I was going to see, I think at this point I was going to see my then girlfriend because she lived in Long Eaton. And it seemed like a really long way.
Yeah.
And it's funny that 7 miles at that age, it seemed like a barrier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To a relationship. You know, when you sort of meet people from the next small town.
I really like her, but she's 6 miles away.
She lives in Long Eaton.
It's a 20-minute bus ride.
Yeah, it's really long. I don't think we're going to be able to maintain that relationship because of that distance.
Yeah.
So it's funny. It made me think of that. It made me realise how big a deal it was at that point in my life, which is kind of funny. So yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah, I like the music. I like how that is probably as close as we ever got to sounding like the Butthole Surfers.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, I think
there were other points.
But I think that's really, the fuzzy, shonky, hammer-on type guitar bit, especially towards the end. And, it's not It's not strictly in tune and things like that. And the distorted bass
Yeah.
being sort of like very spare, the notes being played.
And I think you mentioned last time we played it, it's like this. We used the same drum machine as they did.
Yeah.
On that album,
PO'd.
Yeah.
PO'd. I'm sorry to be, this is going to be so dull. We didn't use the right drum sounds if we really wanted it to sound like the Butthole Surfers.
It's the same drum machine, though.
It's the same drum machine as a Lessis HR16, which was a really good drum machine. You could have bars of any length. You could change speed in the middle of songs. You can have all kinds of different drum sounds and percussion sounds. And I think I was using the gated snare on that one, which is why it sounds so, in scare quotes, mighty and hefty. So that's a potential, I think, for reconsidering on the next volume of the best of This Old Johnny Domino.
Are we going to decide at the end of the episode then?
I think it's got to be standard, yeah.
Okay, all right then. All right.
And for someone who is not that keen on the idea of a second chance, you chose the next one.
Well, I've chosen a song. But I was struggling to think of one of our songs that I wanted to give a second chance to. So I'm gonna take my second chance to listen to another song by the band Peru that we listened to last time, because I chose a song called World of Jason that I really liked. But as I said last time, I've been listening to Peru. I'm having a bit of a mini Peru revival.
Beautiful.
And I found another song that I like more than World of Jason.
Wowzers.
So we're going to listen to that. And in this one, Brian, I can't do the whole story about like calling him Jock again. Brian, he's not at the crossroads like Robert Johnson. He's at a roundabout and he's considering his options, I think.
For American listeners, that would be a rotary. Anyway, this is Peru and roundabout / rotary.
That was like more on the soulful end of Peru's output, definitely.
I got carried away listening to that. I've got to be honest, I really did get carried away. I think I mentioned when we talked about Peru before that I wasn't really sold on the whole indie pop thing. And I just used to record them because they were mates and I enjoyed working on stuff with them. But that song, I remember when we did that and I realised that they were doing something really good. I seem to remember that obviously Jock is playing drums and he's playing along with a click track.
Yes, I like the loosey-goosey drums.
Really, really good drum. He was standing up in our old bedroom. And I wish I could remember how it was recorded. I think probably he played along with the click track on acoustic guitar and probably sang onto the same track. And Chris played bass. And they'd obviously been practicing it, I think, because it didn't take them very long to get their part down. And I had a real problem with the structure of it. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And it's in a weird key. I think it's in F minor, which is not a particularly weird key, but for a guitarist, it's quite a strange one. And my lead bit I made up as it was being recorded. So it's all very, like you say, it's a bit loosey-goosey. I'm going
to go out there and I'm going to make a sweeping statement here, but I really think that's like one of the best guitar performances on like any of our songs. I actually really love it. It's just got everything that I like about guitar playing on it, the lead guitar. I really like it. And there's like a bit where you kind of falter on the last few bars, right? Yeah. And I could listen to that over and over again, that little bit over and over again, because that's the sort of thing that I like. I think I've decided I like that kind of thing in music where you hear it sort of goes wrong, but it goes wrong in a right way.
Yeah.
It feels good. It adds to the soulfulness of the music. And I don't know, man. I loved it. I thought the drums are great. Everything's great on it. The singing's great. The lyrics are great. There's a line, "You can paint, but you don't work." Man, I can relate to that line.
Yeah, definitely. I do love that recording. And, we did a lot of recordings with a drum machine. And that kind of said, oh, we don't have to use a drum machine. We can still record with real drums played by an actual drummer on a 4-track. Yeah, I just love everything about it. I think, as I say, Chris and Jock had obviously practiced it in advance because they nailed their bits. And then I do remember just thinking, I don't know where the chord changes are coming. But now when I listen to it, it's natural. It kind of makes me think of Lee Hazelwood in a way.
You see, this is why it's worth doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Because you discover things that you'd forgotten about, that you recorded ages ago, you never listened to.
Yeah.
And it's really good to listen back and hear those things and get transported. You know? So, yeah, I'm glad we gave that one a second chance.
Yeah, it sent me. It sent me. Another one I think deserves a chance to be on a compilation is from all the way back in episode 6 called When Good Neighbours Become Good Friends. And I mean, I say it needs a second chance. It gets a chance every episode. But I love the idea of this being on streaming services and occasionally popping up on someone's recommended listening.
Die vokalischen Laute.
This Our Johnny Domino podcast.
Nice.
Do you like that?
That's very nice.
This Our Johnny Domino podcast.
That's our new jingle.
Do it again.
This Our Johnny Domino podcast.
Is that getting picked up?
Yeah, I did something with AI before. I know how much you love the AI. I said, write me a bio for Johnny Domino.
Yeah, go on.
Johnny Domino is an indie band that formed in the early 1990s. Here's a brief biography. Formation early years. The band was founded by singer and guitarist Dave Newton, bassist Andy Haddock, and drummer Steve Popplewell.
What?
Their music blended elements of alternative rock, punk, and indie pop, creating a distinctive sound. They gained popularity in the local music scene and started playing gigs around Derbyshire. Albums and notable tracks. Rabbit Themes, debut album, received critical acclaim and featured tracks like The Best Things in Life Are Free and The Big Sellout. For Bushmaster, the album continued their success with standout songs like The Great Leap Forward and The Last Train. Then Taste from 2000, their third album, showcased their evolving sound, including the single You Can't Teach an Old Dog New Tricks. And then there's a bit more, and I said, that's not the band I'm talking about.
It's like an alternative history.
And it kind of went on, and eventually I got sick of the bio because it was just nonsense. I said, tell me about their live performances. Known for their energetic and engaging live performances when they took the stage, fans could expect the following. High energy. The band brought a contagious energy to their shows. Giles Woodward's charismatic vocals and Stephen Woodward's bass lines resonated with the audience. Intimate venues, yeah, well, that's true. Eclectic set lists, audience interaction, apparently, and DIY aesthetic.
That's all right. Do you know what? I think can we put this one up on the Bandcamp as
sure.
like an alternative? Because I want to. What's the name? Haddock.
Dave Newton, Andy Haddock,
Haddock,
and Steve Popplewell.
Oh, that was the Johnny Domino that I remember.
That's a trippy thing.
All that audience interaction.
Absolutely, yes.
No, it's cool. Very good. AIs are very useful, aren't they?
Mm.
Yeah. So you want to include that one in the into the what we called it?
Second Chance Sunday.
Yeah, that's it.
Second Chance
Everyone
Sunday.
deserves a second chance.
I just think it's the theme tune.
Yeah.
And it does get played in a slightly truncated fashion. I am going to work up some new versions and or remixes in the future when I've got a bit of time. But it's a bit of lo-fi arsing about, and
I know, but
that's part of what we did.
It's typical of what we did, and it's what we did, and it deserves to be on the best of. I'm not going to argue with that.
Excellent.
I've got another guy. Hold on.
It's the Johnny Domino podcast. Give it a chance.
You filthy animal. What is this?
I like him.
Yeah.
I like this guy. He's a cowboy.
Give it a chance, why don't you?
Again.
It's the Johnny Domino podcast. Give it a chance.
Where are these coming from?
It's the thing on my phone. I can't remember where I got it from. I don't know how I found it. But it's basically a text voice generator. But you only get a certain amount of credits for free. And you can't download them unless you pay for it. So I've done all of my free ones.
Okay.
Do you want to hear another one? I've got another one.
Yes, please.
This one's particular favourite of mine. Listen very carefully.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about the Johnny Domino podcast, but I gave it a chance, and now I think I love it.
I think I love her.
Right. Are you ready to listen to some acoustic guitar post-punk stuff?
Always.
Are you? Always.
I'm always in the mood for that.
Are you in the mood for that?
Always.
Good.
Absolutely always.
Well, this is my choice for a second chance. And this is a song called I'm Not In Anymore. And I want you to listen out for something that I really like in lots of music, which is wordless, rhythmic backing vocals.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The flyer says it all. We're on the first floor, we're in the dress code. We don't need a reason why. We've got a floor, they on the door. She been a weirdo code. You know tonight could change your life. look at her, she looks quite far gone. I've seen her before in Spondon, I'm not in anymore, so I can't complain about that. Hey, she's looking at you. So play your best face and shake the pigeon boy she feeds. She's looking quite a lot like Bambi before they killed his mum. She looked quite far gone. She come from Woollerton, I'm not in anymore, so I can't complain about that. Back together, rip it all up and leave it on the floor. I can't see any other options, just use the force loop when times are hard. She looked quite far gone. She goes to London, I'm not in anymore, so I can't complain about that. I suppose hey is a word.
I knew which bit you were referring to when you said that.
Okay.
I was disappointed that didn't go on volume 1. I'll be honest. I've always liked that. I think when it appeared on episode 9, also called I'm Not In Anymore, I told the story about, I think I'd written a song which was an epic 4-chord acoustic thing, and you gamely played along with me for a while. It was very long, and I thought it was going to be a real heartbreaker. And as is the way, we did it for a while, probably recorded like 5 minutes of it. And then we started faffing around, and then that song appeared. And that is a classic Johnny Domino writing songs story, where I have a pretentious idea and I think, let's have a go at doing something which is going to be an
really
epic, like a post-rock acoustic epic. And then we have a bit of a tootle about and make up something silly, and that's the one that we finish.
But that's the lesson that you keep learning, though, isn't it, really? Because when you're making anything, the stuff that you labour over, I don't know, for me, it never feels that great.
Yeah.
And you can just work on and work on and work on and work on something. But the stuff that just, it happens and the idea is good and you just do it, that's the good stuff, right? And you just have to wait for those sort of things to happen. And while you're waiting for those sort of things to happen, you have to work on your little laboured projects.
Yeah.
But don't use up too much energy on them. Make sure you got the portal open, ready for the good stuff when it comes.
Keep the aerials up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'd watch that band if they were busking. I'd stop in the street and give them a listen. I'd throw them a quid.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
I think they're the songs that we were going to talk about.
They're the second chance songs, definitely. Do you know what, though? I quite like all of them.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be too transparent to the listener and just sort of, this is the whole thing has just been a facade just so that we can put some of these songs. But I think all of them should go on to the next best of, because I really like all of them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pick.
Okay. I'd have to have a word with Brian about the Peru song.
Oh man, the Peru song.
I know.
I don't know whether we'll be allowed to use that, but that is like one of the best songs. That was my favourite song out that we've heard today, really.
Yeah.
That Peru song, I don't know, I really liked it, but it reminds me a bit of the Wave Pictures. I kind of hear a bit of Wave Pictures there, and I like the Wave Pictures.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, on the way out of Aldi today, I saw a man in a Wave Pictures t-shirt.
Oh.
And it was a really nice Wave Pictures t-shirt. So I was considering going to talk to him. And then I realised I actually knew him. So I went to speak to him. But I noticed the t-shirt first. That's weird, isn't it?
I don't know why it popped into my head the other day. Maybe I was thinking about Reap the Wind and the fact that it sounds a bit like the Butthole Surfers. But I remembered my first communication studies lecture at college. And I remember there was a guy sitting opposite me in a Butthole Surfers t-shirt. And I said, "That's a great t-shirt." And after, that was it. That was at the start of the lecture. And then at the end of it, he ran up to me and we became friends through a t-shirt. You know what I mean?
You see, the t-shirt's a very important aspect of the male friendship mating ritual.
I do wonder if he considered which t-shirt to wear. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Did he just happen to have this Bottle Surface t-shirt? Because I know when I went to university, I really thought about the t-shirt I was going to wear on my first day in the student flat that I moved into.
I mean, we can all relate to that, but it is one of the sadder aspects of our personalities.
No, I just
we think about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but do people think about it anymore?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, definitely used to, though.
Yeah, big time. It was the signifier. A few episodes ago, my brother, as is his way, sprung something on me. During a recording of this very podcast and gave me a minute to name as many bands as I could think of whose names incorporated body parts. And it just gave me a mental freeze and I could not think what to do. So for this episode, I've got something similar for him to do. My only problem is I think he's going to do too well at it.
Don't build it up too much, man. This is your second chance of getting me back, is it now?
Yes.
Okay.
But in for a penny, in for a pound. So
okay, I'm getting myself limbered up, ready.
Okay. Giles, dear brother, I would like you in 1 minute to name as many bands whose names, and I think you're going to do too well at this, whose names incorporate colours.
Oh. Green and red. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Blue airplanes. The golden earring. Pink fairies. Blue. Yellow. The silver apples. Oh my god. Black grape. I don't like the music. That was intense, man.
Yeah, well, to be fair, when I did it, I didn't have the music, but
the music adds a level of intensity.
Do you think?
It really does.
Bit, yeah.
It's good though.
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
Yes. Well,
how many did I get?
You got 8.
Oh, that's not bad.
You got 8, but you didn't say it with any conviction. But when you said yellow,
yes,
beforehand you went blue, yellow, and obviously there's a boy band called Blue. You could have had that.
Oh,
but you didn't pronounce it.
I didn't know, but yellow. I'm going to count yellow though, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes, yellow. Blue tones.
Oh,
and green and red. I think you mean green on red.
Green on red.
On red.
Oh,
so I don't know if I can let you have that. It's not what's written on the card.
We'll go with
but yes, but very good, very good. Much better than my. What was it? 1? Did I get 1?
You got 1. No, you got 2, I think. But I helped you with one of them.
It was pathetic. Yeah,
that's all right. But we'll I'll come up with another one for you.
Yeah.
See if you can do better next time.
But the bloody music. I mean, I found it tense, and I'd set the question. My God, well done.
That was good. I enjoyed that.
Excellent.
Right, next, a few episodes ago. Well, quite a few episodes ago now, we were talking about cover versions, weren't we? But as a second chance for that, I would like to play a cover version that one of our good friends, friends of the podcast, has recorded, which is a version of I Want You Back, Jackson 5, which has been recorded by Frankie Machine. And I think the 4-track gods are going to like this.
I think so too. I think it's a great piece of work.
You to myself, I didn't want you around. These pretty faces always make you stand out and cry. But someone picked you from the shore was all it took. But now it's much too late for you to take a second look. Oh baby, give me one more chance. Show you how it will. I hope to be right to you. Now try to let you go, baby. I'll see you. Try to live without your love. Stupid now, you let me show you go. I know what you are. I'll push through you walk alone. I'll just lay on the ground. And then you let me go. I can't show you well. Let me tell you now. Oh baby, give me one more chance. You know baby, I wanna look for you. I'm down to you hot now. Oh darling, I will try to let you go. I want you back. I want you back. I want you back. Oh, baby, give me one more chance to show you I love you. I need what you.
Cracking ending on that.
Yeah. Now, Frankie Machine, who that was, he sent that to me in January of this year. And he said there's a whole story to it, how it nearly came out as a single on some label of a guy in Leeds. I'll have to fill you in next time in the pub, but it was just me and on 4-track, so I guess it counts. Now, we have been to the pub since then, so I don't know the story.
So he didn't tell you it? He didn't
tell me the story, and I said, Giles will love this, and you responded with, did he record this specifically to be entered into the Eternal Halls? I'm more than like it. I'm kind of obsessed with it.
Yeah, I do love it, yeah.
But he didn't record it specifically to enter into the Eternal Halls because he recorded it in 1991.
Right, okay.
So,
well, it's a cracker.
It's great.
It's a cracker.
I love it's a famous song, but I don't know the words, vocal, because there's bits where he's just...
Yeah.
I like the distorted vocal. It's beloved of all 4-track tape recording enthusiasts.
Yeah.
And the weird drum machine, just like going into like a strange stomp beat for no reason whatsoever.
That's good. I like the way he does his own backing vocals.
Beautiful.
On the same track as the main vocals at the same time. That's class. Well, it's like, the song, he sings the actual, oh, baby, give me one more chance. Then on the original version,
On
that
one
would be
take, yes, that's
that would
right.
be Tito and Jermaine joining in on that, doing the backing vocals, right? But Rob just does it all, you see, because it's on 4-track.
He does do it all.
Yeah, it's good. I like the fact he gets it all onto one track. You see,
Yes.
the working with the limitations. You see,
That's the beautiful thing about 4-track recording.
Yeah. I think it is a truer representation of the lyrics than the original one. We sort of talk about how cover versions are really better than the original. I don't know whether it's better, but it's a truer representation of the lyrics, because the original song, which was the first number one hit, actually, October 1969, it came out. It was written by, Berry Gordy and his cohort of writers, obviously, and they call themselves the Corporation. The first few lines, when I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always made you stand out in a crowd.
Jesus.
There can be no more toxic put down that you can give somebody.
It's a subliminal diss.
It's like saying, you're everyone else is really good looking. You really stand out.
Look. Yeah, that's even worse than you don't know you're beautiful.
Yeah. But then he picks her from the bunch. And I think it's brilliant and awful. I mean, it's an amazing song, obviously. The original's great. Everyone knows it's a great song.
Yeah.
We're not saying it's not a great song. It's an amazing song. But the lyrics, they're quite dark in a way. And I think it's kind of interesting that there's like an 11-year-old singing that.
It's hinting at the darkness to come.
Yeah. But Rob's version, it's more obvious. I think Rob does sound kind of sleazy on it.
Desperate.
There's an element of desperation there, which suits the song.
Yeah.
That's absolutely it, right?
Yeah.
It's got that desperation to it, which really works, I think.
It's great. I think he just needs to gain entry, though, doesn't he?
What? Into the eternal halls of the 4-track gods.
I think a T-shirt and a This Are Johnny Domino bum bag will be heading to Rob, a.k.a. Frankie, at some point when we actually get a design for the bum bags.
Yes, obviously.
Let's just say bum bags.
Bum bags.
So that's it. We've got through Second Chance Sunday.
Yeah. So we're definitely thinking about including some of those in the next best of This Are Johnny Domino.
Definitely.
Fabulous.
Definitely. Yes.
It wasn't that bad an idea for an episode after all.
Thanks. I'm glad
I think I came round. I came round to it after all. It was pretty good.
Thank you. And you did very well at the quiz.
Thanks.
Well, the challenge. Thank you very much for listening to the podcast. If you are enjoying
Wait. Hold there a second. I'm going to include, at the end of this episode, an unpaid advertisement, as they call it in America. It's for Rob's Records. That is Rob's Records in Nottingham, which is one of the longest going, as it says on Facebook, longest going secondhand record shops in the UK. And it's on Hert's Yard in Nottingham. And you should go there. And you should give old records a second chance.
Very good.
Very good. It's an amazing place. So if you've never been there and you live in the area, go to Rob's Records. You won't be disappointed. It's absolutely bonkers. I will include some pictures on the blog that I took the other day when I went there. It cannot be described how full of records this room is. They're just piled up, and it's got fuller and fuller and fuller over the years. And Rob, who is a diamond geezer, just can't stop buying stock, basically. And if you just go in there and just flick through a few of the boxes and just pull out a few unexpected gems, really. I got an album of Neo Rockabilly, Volume 10 of Neo Rockabilly, and I got the classic A Dog of Two Heads by Status Quo.
Yes.
A Dog of Two Head, sorry, not heads.
A Dog of Two Head.
It's a great album. It's got a Mean Girl on it.
Mean Girl. That's the song I was trying to think of.
That's it.
Yeah.
For illustrational purposes, I want you to include this little clip here of a song from the Neo Rockabilly album that I got. It's called Girlaholic by a German Neo Rockabilly band called Runaway Boys. And the reason I want you to include it is because, well, I keep getting these letters from this young lad in Glasgow called Archie, and he keeps on writing because he wants us to keep going on about songs that sound like Ween that were not done by Ween. Okay. And so for Archie, I'm just going to include this one, which is Girlaholic by the Runaway Boys.
When I'm cruising down the street, every girl I see looks good to me. I see the twinkle in their eyes, and I can't help it when I'm paralyzed. There's no chance, no doubt about it. I see no way to live.
It's something.
He's a girlaholic.
Hear me from it. Can't see no chance to cool my burden deep inside. I'm a girlaholic man.
I'm a girlaholic man.
It could have been off one of Ween's albums.
It's always good when a lead vocalist can't say the title of the song that they're trying to sing. Girlaholic man.
Yeah, it's good. There's some cracking tracks on that album, I have to say. Hold on. I've got another thing here.
Oh, good.
Another little clip.
Please do like and subscribe to our podcast and recommend it to someone who you think might like listening to all this kind of weird shit. Send us some of your old music and enter the eternal halls of the 4-track gods.
Thank you so much. That saved me a job.